Hello, my name is Jesse, and I'm just wanting to do another vlog because I kind of felt like I wanted to do another vlog because I was doing the vlog earlier. I've already posted it, and so I went on to talk about my schedule, which will get posted as soon as I can finalize everything. Once I know that it's all kind of teeter-tottering on one thing, and if it happens, my schedule will be great. If it doesn't, my schedule is gonna die, and I'll be struggling for a while to get up and going in this. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I want to talk about kind of the reason why I got into YouTube 4 or 5 years ago ish. I've not put through all of my effort on it because to myself, I feel like I'm not ready to be, or I wasn't ready to be a video creator or anything like that. Um, I felt like I wasn't equipped well enough, and believe me, I freaking am now, thanks to my family. My family has been so amazing to me over the years. Um, but before I really get into that and thanking them, honestly, I want to kind of go into my origin story of how my attention first got pulled to YouTube over anything else. So, whenever I was probably in thinking back, okay, so roughly, yeah, right around sixth, seventh grade, I'd say, right around there is whenever I first got into YouTube because I had been growing up on just video games with one of my best friends, Joshua, and I grew up playing video games with him, and we played. I don't have the original console I had, but that was even before I played with him, and I think um, before I even started hanging out with him, honestly, I started hanging out with him whenever I was in like first, second grade, possibly even kindergarten, but honestly, we were probably more in school together then rather than actually like having the mental capacity to hang out in uh, person. So in first and second grade, we probably started hanging out, and um, back in those days, we didn't really have anything crazy to hang out and play video games on. I had my original, or not original, my PS2. Um, had the big block one, and one that a lot of people ended up having ventilation problems with, and it would kill itself, as did mine. Um, but eventually, we started getting into this stuff. We started getting into Pokemon. If I'm not going to kill it, Pokemon. So I had Pokemon Silver. We literally just both had like the Game Boy SP. We just played on that, and we got into it. We played as friends. We traded our Pokemon. We played the hell out of the games. Um, PS2, we played Jack and Daxter together. Um, so all of that, my dog is gonna have to hold on. Give me one second. I know that's not going to take care of all of the sound issues with my dog and, well, my parents probably about to come in. Anyways, on the side of that, I want to talk about just, again, as I was going on about my gaming. I grew up playing the Game Boy SP with my friend. On the PS2, as I was about to say, we played Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper. I tried to get into Jack 2 and Jack 3. Of course, my mom and sister going to the game store with me because I was probably 9 or 10 years old at the time whenever I tried to get Jack 2. Um, I went in and I tested it in Slackers, a local gaming store, also in Kansas City, I think. But um, yeah, so we went to that, and so we went to Slackers, and yeah, hi, I'm recording.
Sorry.
You're good. So yeah, we went to Slackers, and I was like, hey, can I get Jack 2? And it's like, oh, it's rated T for teen. So we went in, and I tested it out for a little bit, watched like the intro clip, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. I was completely innocent at the time. And my sister, who was 4 years older than me, probably 14, 15 years old at the time, went in and watched the intro scene and like played a little bit of the first level, and she's like, "Oh, well, it's used a couple of bad words." I'm like, "I didn't hear anything." Of course, me being innocent. And so the decision was not to get it. So I didn't really get into any of the more mature games until I was probably, I think right around whenever I started watching YouTube was right whenever I got into my first Call of Duty games, which was sadly at the time Black Ops, and that was one of the worst of any of them. Of course, they're zombies, but the multiplayer is what I tried to play. Not a good idea. So that being, I didn't have the money for like the DLCs and everything like that, so I didn't have any of the access to zombies or anything like that. In fact, I didn't start playing Zombies Black Ops DLC until I was probably like 16, like 2 years ago. Not bad. I didn't know it was that good. Anyways, um, back to my origin story here. I kind of went on to play those games with my friend, and as we kept going, he kind of started going into more of Nintendo as well. He was already, and I kind of split off, started doing Xbox and everything like that. And so the breakoff point was right whenever he started talking about Minecraft, and I was like, "Oh, cool! That sounds like an awesome game. How do I look into it? How do I like find out more about the game so I can see if I can get it?" Well, he told me to look up on YouTube, and I was like, "Well, what's that? I've never heard of that." And this was back in like 2010, 2011, 2009 area, like right around there. So I had no clue. It was the first time I'd ever heard of it. And he's like, well, it's a usually like a music video place, but seems to be there's starting to be like video game postings and stuff like that. And I know I'm like really, really late for all of that to be new stuff. Like I know it was already there, but he told me there was videos like video game stuff on there, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. And I looked up Minecraft on YouTube, and the first one I found was, if I can look it up real quick, um, was CNNer's Minecraft. So yeah, his first video was posted in 2010, August 25th. So that's when I started watching. Like I looked up Minecraft on YouTube, and that's the first thing I found. Like his intro to Minecraft was so comedic and so great because it was right at a turning point for him because he had been doing post commentaries and everything like that, like commentating over probably Call of Duty and all that stuff. And I just got started into YouTube right whenever he had just started doing Minecraft. Well, he did his original Minecraft series, and I can still remember one of his quotes was, "Oh, the live commentary is gonna be so rough." Like he was just starting live commentary, and so I watched the series, and honestly, for me at my age, whenever I watched this, it was probably a little too mature for me at that point still. But you know what? It got me interested in it, and like he didn't play Minecraft like I've like Joshua told me he did, or anyone did. He played it as, hey, I'm just gonna dick around and uh, just make a fun time. Like Joshua was telling me, oh, it's a fun thing to do and build and create stuff, and well, he explored the world for what it was. He didn't like he was having fun with all the AI, like the pigs, zombies, whatever, and he could make jokes just left and right. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so entertaining. So I had really started following him in it, and for one example of why it was a little too mature for me at that point, uh, he didn't call the creepers creepers. He called them exploding penises. Yeah, little too mature for fifth grade. I know public school kids gonna be like, oh wow, dude, really? That's too mature for you? Well, I was innocent. um, so yeah, it wasn't until like right around my freshman year in high school, junior high, because they didn't have high school in Columbia then for ninth graders. But yeah, so it wasn't right around till ninth grade whenever I started seeing people for the more mature humor that they had. And I didn't get into the full-fledged like swing of machinima until it was too late. Um, I found the machinima videos probably after 2014 and started watching those. But in that time span between like 2011, whenever I started watching, and 2013, right before I started finding the machinima videos, which was old at that point. Like they started in 2011, or actually like 2009, and Scene Anners came in probably 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Well, I missed out on that. So, um, yeah, so I kind of came in and started watching YouTube. 2011, I saw Scene Anners videos. Then I saw, if I can remember right, I found PewDiePie after a while. He was entertaining for a while for me, but he kind of fell out with me because he started going in a different direction that I didn't like, I mean. And then I found Markiplier, um, and Markiplier was huge for me. Like back whenever I first found him, it was right around the time whenever his the subscriber marker hit right around the point where someone made a fantage, like all of his fans put a music video together with all the signs, and I was like, oh yes, someone actually like who is connecting with their fan base and like is making a community, and it was amazing to see. And that was the first time I ever saw someone have a community more like, and I was like, okay, I like this. This is awesome. So I watched it, and I watched him for a long time. Eventually, I found Vanoss and Wildcat, um, and a while after I found them, I found Jacksepticeye, and again, him being the fastest growing YouTuber I think there's ever been because he freaking blew up his channel. Like it exploded. And then I found Syndicate as well. Syndicate was one of the earlier ones. I watched him because he was I don't remember why I got into him, but whatever. You can probably tell blue. That was one of the first things I started thinking about was dyeing my hair, and that was because I felt such a connection with each of the God, sorry, each of the YouTubers that I watched, and I watched them because they seemed like they had a sense of community, and I loved that. So what happened was I kept seeing them I think Syndicate was the first person to dye his hair, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, I like that. That's kind of a cool thing. I'm like, I won't do it myself, but I like it. Well, eventually I started seeing Markiplier and those guys do it, and that was with the three guys who were recording with him for a while. I don't remember what they were specifically, like what their group was called, but it was a group of like three friends, and then Markiplier were together, and well, they ended up taking challenge or something, and they got their hair dyed. Well, right after that, it seemed to be about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm probably not remembering the time correctly, but one of those three guys who were friends ended up killing themselves, and I just felt so bad, and I was like, well, like, how could someone in that tight knit of community lose themselves that bad? And I just saw, at the same time, Jacksepticeye had taken up the challenge too, and honestly, to me, I think another half reason for me dyeing my hair was kind of to remember that, and if I ever had the chance to make a community like this, like they do on their channels, I want it to be one where people can look to my content for a place to go, a place to light up the day, anything like that. I just want my videos, my channel, to be a respectable one, and a place where everyone can get along, honestly. And I know there's always going to be haters and people who put other people down. Like in the other day, I was streaming. I think I disabled my uh, past broadcast because I was kind of stupid with a couple of things. But in one of my past broadcasts on Twitch, someone came in and watched one of my streams. I was playing CS:GO against them, and he went in and watched my stream, and he's like, "Oh, I'm watching your stream." I was like, "Okay, cool." This is just going in between the all chat in CS:GO during the match, and I'm like, "Okay, thanks, cool." And he's like, "You're fat and ugly." I'm like, "Well, probably not the last time I'm gonna hear that." But you know what? I'm starting my college career. I'm looking to get a new job, and you know what? I'm happy. So if you want to call me fat and ugly, go ahead. It's not gonna get to me. I'm currently starting to go to a gym. I'm planning on losing weight, and guess what? You can't put me down. And that's what I want people to know if they start watching my like videos. You shouldn't get put down by people who don't even know you and just come in and be like, "Hey, you know what? These are two characteristics about you, but they're negative ones." Well, guess what? They don't know any of the positive anythings about you. Like, you could be one of the nicest, most sincere people in the world, and you could be a little overweight. Who cares? Just live your life how you want to. And that's all you gotta do. Like, don't listen to other people who just put others down for the fun of it. Like, you don't know what they look like. They could be like twice as bad as you, and they could just be saying that to you just to feel a little bit better about themselves inside. Like that's not. Nobody should be like that, and it's just there's a lot of messed up stuff in the world. Messed up stuff. I can't speak right now. Anyways, there's a lot of messed up stuff in the world, and just get by it. It's not gonna hurt you as long as you feel like you inside. That's all you gotta do. So, yeah. I know I kind of started this video trying to talk about how I got into YouTube, but I started going into my feelings on what I wanted to do on my YouTube channel as well. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. So, yeah. Um, I feel pretty happy with this video, and I think I'm going to call it here. So, for now, thank you. You can call me Blue, and I'll talk to you guys later.